Hey, what's up everybody? I'm live. I am live on Google Hangouts on air. Phil Bailey, one of the admins of AAUHOO from Academy Wright University. I'm a fourth semester architect major doing a quick little broadcast here. I wanted to see how well my internet connection is doing. It's kind of sucky, to be honest. I'm trying to configure it and do some geeking out. You can see just how tinkered it is. I've got a freaking cluster of 3 drives. An old school one, there's my motherboard there, my Wi-Fi and everything. I'm actually building a new system. Well, I'm building up a new server, so this is one of the main server nodes. Anyway, enough of that geek stuff. I'm going to go and do a desktop capture test. And I'm going to fire up Windows 64-bit inside of this Linux and run a Linux app like Photoshop, something like that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. There's going to be a wormhole for just a second. Let's go desktop, boom, there we go. So hopefully you can see my desktop pretty good. I got the Curio clock, Curio dock, very Mac-like. This is called the KDE desktop for Linux. Very pretty, kind of very animated, small panel there. Applications, got tons of categories here. Photography, graphic design, all the different graphic design tools. Blender for 3D modeling. It supports importing FBX files for all of you 3D animators out there. It supports FBX. Also, what else do we have? We have in photography, we've got photo batch processing. We've got a raw photo editor. We also have a Lightroom darkroom, which is kind of like Lightroom for Adobe. You can do lots of photo manipulation. It's a pretty good program. But what I'm going to do now is show you guys my face. So I'm going to go to cheese and flip on the cam there. Make it a little bit smaller. Actually, I'm going to use the window snap. Snap it down there. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So what else I'm going to do is to show my terminal, which I have Pandora. I'm going to show you how to get there real quickly. Maybe I won't. But basically, this is my Pandora radio, all text-based. I'm going to full screen it because it's cool. So this is a Linux terminal, similar to the Mac terminal. Shows all of the songs. So if I wanted to hear comedy, I can press play for P. Next song is In. It's going to load the song. Instrumental here. I'm going to go to a new one. Also mixer, turn up the audio. Okay, so if I like the song, I can hit the plus key. It's going to add that song to my Pandora love list. And now I'm going to get out of that for now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is show you real quickly. I've got a panel here on the left, panel up here on the top, showing my processing power. I'm using 35% of my processing power. I've got an Intel i5 quad core overclocked to 3.3 gigahertz from 3.1. Okay, so you can see that it's about 20-30%. I've got Chrome open. I have yeah, Chrome, 2 Chromes, I think. 2 Chrome windows, my Cario clock. I've got the virtual box window manager open. So what I'm going to do now is to launch. Oh, this is cool, wait. So I have a dictionary, and I'd be like, define this word, instant, you know, get some good definitions. I can copy and paste definitions if I need to. So if I go to the window manager, I can launch Windows 8. Actually, real quickly, just to show you guys how the virtual system works. Maybe make it full screen. There we go. So basically, it shows Windows 8 64. It shows the system. I've got a CD drive, a hard drive, no floppy, no network. I've got display at 128 megabytes. I've got some audio. I enabled audio so that I get Windows sound. Different storage devices, virtual drives, shared folders, USB devices, etc. So if I close out of this and I hit start, it's going to now start the virtual Windows and load Windows 8 64-bit inside of my Linux environment. I want you also to keep in mind the processing power still. It ramped up to just under 40% there. Keep in mind that with this virtual machine, I've told it that Windows 8 64-bit can only have 1 processor. So that means I still have 3 other processors inside of Linux to handle my video live stream, to handle any other applications. Look at my processor, it's 30%. It's pretty damn good. So if I go to desktop here, it's my desktop inside of Linux. If I want to go back to my Linux stuff, I can simply maneuver around that way, access my Linux applications here. I got quick access to Google Chrome desktop apps, which is really nice. Launch Photoshop for you guys. And hit yes. Keep in mind my processing power. It will ramp up a little bit, but it's going to come back down. And again, this is just a test, so I'm kind of rambling on just about my own business and seeing if I can get a good example of how my video is doing and how the internet speed's doing. So now Photoshop is opened. You see that I'm at about 47-30%. Cooper! Okay, just to show you real quickly, open a file. I'll open this one. Notice how fast and efficient everything is. Let's go 200% there. Moving around, very smooth interaction, very nice graphics. Color overlay. There we go. Add another effect really quick. Add a drop shadow, just because it's kind of cool. There we go. Look at that. It's pretty awesome, right? The keyboard and copying and pasting works both ways. So whether I'm in Linux or Windows, it will work the same way. There we go. So this is a model that I've done, and now it's all vectorized and put into Photoshop. So I can go ahead and close that. No, I don't want to save. And I can power my machine off by exiting out. I can save the state, so it will resume, or just power off. And my processor is going to go back down and calm down. So, one thing I like about Linux is I can run Spotify natively, which means inside of Linux I can run Google Chrome and Chrome desktops natively. But then there's other cool apps, like for example, this time one. Where is it? Yeah, time tracker. Shout out to my friend Gia. She was asking about time tracking things. 17 hours it's still tracking vlogging. I can do a new activity. I'm going to call this one live broadcast test 1. Okay. Now it's going to start tracking that. I can close it. I'm going to go around. I'm going to do some other things. Maybe let's define some words in the dictionary. How about Google? All I did is type, and it just shows me the definition. I love this thing. Widely used search engine, or search the internet for information using the Google search engine. He Googled the woman he had met at the party. So lots of really cool apps for Linux that are not available for Windows, and there's lots of drivers. The webcam, I didn't install any drivers for the webcam. I didn't install any drivers for the Wi-Fi card. It just works. That's why I like Linux, because it just works. It just works. Anyway, yeah, I just think this is a really stable and efficient system. Processor is lingering around 30%, which is good. That's still got 70% horsepower to do other things, and I'm actually going to install like AutoCAD in the Windows. I'm going to install like Maxwell Render inside of Linux and Windows because it runs natively, which is awesome. It's a good sign of the future of Linux, because a lot of mainstream apps are being able to develop efficient apps to run on the system. So I mean, that's really cool to have. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this cheese here. Oh look, it's big. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and then see how the video comes back. So there's my KDE desktop, Ubuntu Studio, 64-bit Intel i5, 8 GB of RAM, NVIDIA GTX 8500 or something like that. So hopefully that worked out pretty well.